The morning light slanted through the blinds of Rajiv's Gurgaon apartment, striping the room in gold and dust. The AC hummed, the phone buzzed, and his inbox blinked with new deadlines. He sat on the edge of the bed, tie half knotted, hands trembling slightly. The glass towers outside were waking up, sleek metal coffins full of ambition. He could already hear the honking, the impatient, rhythmic pulse of a city that had forgotten to breathe. Gurgaon, a city where dreams wore suits and died quietly in PowerPoint slides. He rubbed his eyes. The same ache pulsed behind them. For weeks, he had been waking up with the same thought, I can't do this anymore. At 8:15 a.m., Rajiv stepped into the elevator. A junior smiled nervously, clutching a laptop. The floor numbers blinked down like a countdown timer. Laughter rippled around, not loud but enough. Something inside him tightened. That familiar flush of humiliation, hot, acidic, burning the back of his throat. He turned back to his cabin, shut the glass door, and sat down. The cursor blinked on his screen, waiting for another report, another number, another nothing. He stared at it until the letters blurred. Then, without fully deciding, he opened a blank email. Subject, resignation. He typed slowly, almost like a confession. Dear Vikram, after much thought, I've decided to step away from my role. This isn't an impulsive decision, but a long-delayed act of self-preservation. He hovered over send. For a moment, he thought of Meera, of Arjun, of the EMI reminders, of his aging parents. Then he thought of the chest pains last week, the trembling hands, the way he'd screamed into a pillow 2 nights ago because no one could hear him. He clicked send. By noon, HR called him in. The HR manager, Reena, looked concerned. Rajiv, are you sure? You're a senior manager. You're just 42. You can take a sabbatical maybe. I've been on a sabbatical from living, Reena. I think it's time to go back. Word spread quickly. By evening, whispers floated across cubicles. Midlife crisis. He's burned out. Maybe a divorce coming. He ignored them, packed his laptop, pens, the small Buddha figurine from his desk. The same Buddha that had watched him die a little each day under fluorescent lights. At home, Meera stood by the door as he walked in. Her expression wasn't shock. It was a kind of wary curiosity, like someone watching a building slowly collapse and wondering if it would take her down with it. You did it? I did. And what now? I don't know. Maybe travel. Maybe Goa. Just breathe. You're running away. I'm dying here, Meera. Slowly. Don't you see it? You think Goa will save you? You'll just carry the same pain there. Then at least I'll carry it somewhere with a view. The silence between them was long and jagged. You're not the man I married. Neither are you the woman I could talk to anymore. That night he packed quietly. A few shirts, a notebook, an old camera. He left his work shoes behind, deliberately, took only his sandals. Arav didn't come out of his room. Rajiv paused outside his son's door for a moment, hand hovering over the handle, then withdrew it. He didn't know what to say yet. At 4 a.m, before sunrise, he stepped out. The city was asleep, save for a few dogs barking in the distance. The cab waited below, headlights cutting through the mist. As the cab drove past Cyberhub, the heart of his former life, he glanced at the illuminated towers. They stood silent, indifferent, shimmering like glass prisons. He didn't feel triumphant, just empty. When he arrived in Goa, the first thing that hit him was the air. It smelled of salt, diesel, and freedom. The sun was already high, and the noise was different. Not corporate urgency, but human chaos. Scooter horns, waves, laughter, vendors shouting in Konkani. He checked into a small homestay in Anjuna. You want chai or beer? Both. That evening, he walked to the beach. The sand was warm, the water glimmered orange in the dying light. Foreigners danced near shacks, incense mingled with music, and somewhere someone strummed a guitar. For the first time, Rajiv felt something loosen inside him. No tie, no deadlines, no Vikram. He sat on the sand and let the waves touch his feet. He thought of Meera, of his son, of the life he'd just burned behind him. A faint fear rose. What if she was right? Then a stronger whisper came. What if she wasn't? He tilted his head to the sea, closed his eyes, and smiled faintly. For tonight, at least, he wasn't running from anything. He was just here. For the first time in his adult life, Rajiv wasn't late for anything, and the silence, instead of frightening him, felt like home.